Hey there, today I'm going to be doing an Excel tutorial on how to create a line chart based on multiple years of data. So first we are going to be using the data on the second half of the chart. The first half, the percentages, we're not going to be paying attention to. We're going to be focusing on cells A10 through F11. So what we're going to do is we're going to click in cell A10 and we are going to drag all the way to F11. And then we're going to go up to Insert, and we're going to click on the Line Chart button drop down. And then when the drop down menu comes down, we're going to click on this one, the fourth one in, with the line with markers. So we're going to click, and then we're just going to hold and drag the bottom right corner to expand it out. That way it's easier to see and work with. So here it is. Move it up a little bit. And then as you can see, we have our data points from all 5 of the years, 2010 through 2014. And then we have a line that connects these points so you can kind of see the trend in the data from all the way from 2010 to 2014. So next what we're going to want to do is we're going to add a few of chart elements, which can be found on the top left. So we're going to go up to the top left. And the first thing we're going to want to add is axis titles. So for the we're going to want to add the horizontal, and we're going to want to add the vertical. So now you can see that the axis title kind of showed up right below the graph on the x-axis and on the y-axis. So now we're going to edit it, and we're going to move it over a little bit to center it more. We're going to highlight axis title, and then we're going to write year, because that's what's being shown on the x-axis is all the years that the data has been recorded from, so 2010 through 2014. And then what we're going to do is, because the font is so darn small, we are going to highlight year, and we're going to go to home, and we are going to change the font size. So we are going to type in 16 to start to make sure that's big enough. Yes, it is. And then we're going to do the same thing for the y-axis title. We're going to double click, we're going to highlight, and for this one we are going to write on flight arrivals, better number of on-flight arrivals. There we have it. And we are also going to highlight this and change the size of the font to be even on font size 16 with the x-axis title. And then we can close out this window over here. We're going to click off of the chart. And now you can see the data points are here, but because the chart, the numbers are so large in the millions, it's not easy to exactly know what the data point stands for. So there's an easy solution for that. We're going to click on the chart again, going up to chart design, and we're going to add another element. We're going to be adding data labels. So what this is going to do is show the exact data point for these. So none of these really fit for what we're looking for. They're too exact. So we're going to more data label options, and then we are going to choose all the way at the bottom, label position below. This is going to put the exact number right below the data points. X out of this window, and then we just want to make sure that these numbers are not impeding with the line that's connecting our data points. So we're just going to move it a little bit over, and we can move this one over a little bit as well. And then now you can clearly see what the data point stands for. So now you can see in 2010, it stands for 1,146,504 arrivals, and so on. So it gives you an exact measurement of how many on-time flight arrivals. Oh, I need to change this to on-time flight arrivals. There we have it. And we're going to click off. And then one last thing that makes the graph easier to read is you're going to click on one of the data points and double click, and you want to make sure that all of them are highlighted. And then you're going to go over to width. This is going to adjust the width of the line that connects all of the data points. And because the data points are fairly small, we're going to want to make the line just a little bit thinner to make the points easier to see. So about 1.5 is a pretty good width for the line. And then also what we can do is we're going to keep the same color for the line, but we're going to adjust the transparency. And what this is going to do is make the actual line that connects the points a little bit lighter, which makes the points darker and therefore more easy to see. So we can move it to about 50%. 49 is sufficient. We're going to X out and click off of the graph. And then you can see that the data points are still darker, but the line is a little bit lighter, making it much easier to read. And that concludes the tutorial. So that's how you take data from multiple years and combine it in a graph to be able to make it easy to read.